Gdy macie dużo niepotrzebnych skinów w swoim inwentory i nie wiecie co z nimi zrobić, możecie wejść na stronkę Trade Skins Fast. Jest to stronka automatyczna i bezpieczna do wymieniania skinów. Po dodaniu Trade Skins Fast do swojego niku na Steamie dostaniecie 3% bonus do swojej wymiany. Także na twój balans po każdej wymianie będą dodawane pieniądze. Zapraszam, link do strony w opisie.
And
yeah,
you know, what,
no one wants that. No one wants
covering
that.
the crown jewels, as it were. But yeah, so going to be getting into this one. VP over on that CT side. I think Mao's are going to take this. You know, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think that we haven't really seen either of these teams tend to overpass. I have to agree with you there. But I think Mao's are the ones who are more consistent. I think Cash is a good map for them as well. But let's see anyway. Into the pistol round we go. I'm going to talk us through the buy here, Risk.
Yeah, we have pretty standard setup for Chris J. Smoke, flashbang, and nade. As mousesports are setting up towards the mid control. While that's happening, actually, VP are pushing straight through A main and getting so much information. Pasha is left alone on that B bomb side, but they're getting so much information. They're playing out and pushing out these different A positions. VP with a very aggressive CT strat here. Second out the first one. Second one comes in. Double frag back for mousesports. So Snacks returns with one. So it's 3v2 right now. No utility left for the mousesports side. CTs are rotating back towards the bomb sides. Two on the A side, one in middle. And now it's up to Stiko and Robs to open up. Unless they get an opening. And here we go. Stiko takes down Pasha. 2v2 now. This is possible again for mousesports. Taz has the kit and the smoke. And he's about to face in mid. Oh, that timing is so unlucky. He doesn't get it done. Snacks now 7 HP. 1v2. Probably impossible for him. And yeah, I had to eat my words last night. And I was very happy to do so because mousesports did take that win in such an impressive way. I would actually be pretty happy to eat my words again today because these two teams, whoever comes out on top, is going to be a very important win for them. Both of them, mousesports in the infancy of their new team, and VP could really need the positivity coming into their 2017 season. Grand final spot would be golden for both of them. Snacks, with 7 HP and a kit, has to try and hit 2 1-dinks.
Yeah, he's peeked on in, starts to push. Tagged very low, though. It's not looking good here for Snacks. Time working against him. Does find the first, so you say it's not looking good, but Snacks is ready to bite back. Time taken away from him here, though.
Planted for Robs.
Yeah, there's no way for him to win this one out. Unfortunately, has to connect the shot or just stick the defuse, and Robs will win that out. mousesports going to be able to pick themselves up the pistol. And that's going to be them to kickstart this first map. Allows, you'd imagine, to get these first 3 rounds.
Yeah. I really like the idea, though, of pushing 2 men towards A main, but I think they overextended themselves a little bit by pushing 2 men door as well, because the second that push is found out, the T's are just going to rotate back and hold very passive angles, and that's why that double frag came back in for mousesports. So now, scouts and CZ-75s and a single deagle on Taz. mousesports on 4 rifles, or 2 rifles, and 2 UMP-45s and a scout. My mistake. And a decent utility on most of the players. Should be able to grab this one as well, unless Neo and Snacks can try and make these scouts work. We know that this can happen, and especially if you have, let's say, a scout hitting the first shot, and the CZ-75 position becomes so much stronger. And there we go, Neo takes the head off Oscar. Wins that duel, and that's a great start for VP.
Yeah, they grab that man advantage nice and early. Now, where do they go on the back of this? Neo's still going to be holding mid with that scout in hand. Mouse rotating over here towards A. Everyone stacked up. 1 man down in Squeaky. That's going to be Sticko. 3 players over in main. Pop flash out. Now going to try and push on into this. The Molotov over towards Forklift to force Bialy out into the open, but it's Taz holding from Car. Truck, sorry, looks to try and make all the difference. Goes rushing in with the Deke. Tries to hold the closer angle. Has support from Bialy, but Bialy actually takes 2 there. Sticko instead, he tries their best to trade. It's going to be the 2-on-3. Man advantage still up for VP. Robs thankfully pulls this one back into the 2-on-2.
Pasha with the flank.
Bomb's going to go down. Pasha pushing on round. Rob's going to look away. Sticko out in the open. Isn't going to be tagged just yet. The Molotov forces him out from quad into the realms of the site, and Pasha has to check close left. Rob's able to find that frag. Now it's just Snacks left, sees the head, but he can't connect anything. Keeps trying to go for it. Not going to line up for him. Sticko peeking over the top there. Goes for the jump peek. Snacks finds the first, tries to make it 2. And now we're incredibly close. Time working against him here. He's very short on it, and he's going to fall as Sticko clutches that one out 1v1. Saves the AK as well. And there's Mouse in with their second, but just by the skin of their teeth. The scouts doing some serious work there.
So close with VP getting that win. But in the end, that's not to be. Pistols this time around for VP, and now Sports 2 UMP45s for the AK, so they're pretty set up for the upcoming buy round. If they can survive with 3 players, then they'll have that whole investment coming on into the next round, and that's pretty much what they're going for here. Minimal casualties. Sonny picks up the first one. Taz answers back with a Desert Eagle of his own. Oscar once again goes down at the beginning of this round, and that's what they talked about on the desk. They need Oscar to be on point, not only on cash, but also on overpass. And let's see if he can make something happen. Sonny, the king of entries right now, doubles up against the Pistols.
Yeah, Bialy and Snacks there, the two that are left. It's not looking too good for them here, Mouse. Should be able to take a third. They can do some more damage. That's not that bad, considering they didn't invest anything into this round. Eagle picked up for Bialy. Snacks coming around from behind. Rops, though, in the perfect position to get rid of Snacks. Just a wall set into the crosshair. Sonny beats him to it. And Bialy, last man left here for VP. Chris J spots him with the UMP. Just want to try and find a little bit more if they can keep players within their sight. For example, Sonny's tag low. Rops isn't looking too healthy. Bialy is going to fall. Mouse there up 3-0. Take the pistol and then convert the 2 anti-ecos as well. Now VP able to buy down what they can. Don't have the AWP in play. So it is just rifles across the board. And
missing some utility as well. So this is not a perfect buy. Going out VP, but a decent one nonetheless. 1 UMP45. That's of course a Chris J in-game leader, taking it on himself to take the slightly worse weapon. And giving the AKs over to his teammates. Let's see how mousesports are going to play this one out. 3 players in mid for the CTs. Chris J actually taking out double up for Virtus.pro to start things off. Oscar bounces back with an 80 OVP, knows the player behind the sandbags, gets flashed out though. Bomb is in the middle of everything right now. Snacks trying to hold it. And Oscar, he needs to find someone, but the CTs are holding passively. Just holding the bomb, making sure no Ts can come out.
Oscar's peeking over the top, trying to line something up. There is a man close. It's going to be Snacks holding the closer angle. The Molotov reins in to force Oscar back. Right now, Mouse trying their best to get out in middle. That's where the bomb currently resides. They have to pick that up. But right now, we got Pasha and Snacks locked down in mid. Taz watching for any aggression in through B. Bialy out on A. Haven't rotated everyone round to the bomb just yet to avoid the wraps in through CT. Mouse, they think the answer lies in boosting up one of these players. Gonna be sending up Oscar. With that AWP, Snacks is holding it close. Pasha now rotated in. Try and reinforce the hold from Highway. Taz falls over at the B bomb site. Snacks is unready. And it's going to go down on the peak from Oscar. Pasha tries to rain death in from White. Box takes the first. Fades away. Bialy comes in to help. Oscar left in a 1 versus 1. Finds that first frag. Time of the essence, but Bialy clutches it out. VP, they don't answer back. Get themselves their first round. Bialy saves the AWP, carries that forward. And Mouse losing that bomb in mid so early on, it just became a struggle back and forth that ultimately they could not win out. Bayern to be able to come in for VP. Taz, interestingly enough, making the decision to go to the MP9, as is Snacks. Is this a bit of a misread of... Well, I mean, mousesports, they forced bought down into this. They had money on 3 players. They've got pretty decent buy, all things considered. Plenty of utility.
Let's see where Snacks and Taz are going to go. They're going to go for aggressive map control. Snacks in the vent. They're going for the... trying to help each other hold that B push very close, but Taz overextends a bit and then runs straight into the crosshair of Rops, and he takes his head off. Snacks has taken over the position of his dead teammate, but Rops is just holding it, keeping it cool. Just holding this angle here. Not a bad angle for an MP9, but they should probably have timed that push better. So, what kind of setup are we looking at here for Mouse? Spread out into the default Stikos at the door. Sonny in A main. Bomb is still dropped in mid, so they're just pretty much spreading players all across the map here, the terrorists. Running down the clock, seeing if they can find any openings. Sonny looking for a gap in the smoke. And I think eventually they're going to set up and do an A split here. Through door and A main, but no, Bialy comes in, says no, finds the timing correctly, takes down Sonny, and this is the signal for Stiko to get out of the door. Rops picks up 1, Stiko a bit afraid to go out. And the rotate comes in. The B side has been taken by Rops. Neo, the only man on that B side, or close to the B side, and he should be waiting for his teammate to retake that together, or his teammates, I should say. As that is exactly the case. Bomb will go down. 3v3 post-plant scenario. And let's see. Neo rotating around. Sonny picks up 1. 2v3.
Yeah, death of Bialy there could have been the ending of this round. Looks like they're going to keep pushing on into it. Neo is the first man on the scene. Tries to get work done with the Famous, but he finds himself back against the wall. Somehow he takes 2. And now Chris J quickly finds this round fleeting away from him. Has to try and clutch this out on the back of the side. Takes the peek. They peek on into him, and then it's going to be Neo to cement this in with the 3K at the end. Defuse going to come on in. Asher picks that one up. Has the kit. Plenty of time. VP on to their second round. On the back of one man. Neo does the incredible there.
Counter-Strike legend Neo Filipkowski, hailing from Poland, one might also say. And yeah, he's been playing for so long. Like, I remember watching, when I wasn't playing CS Source, watching 1.6 games and just seeing Neo own everyone's face. He was insane in that game, and trying to emulate that same form here in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. That's VP at 2-3 right now. mousesports will be forced on pistols here. So, pistol execute with some utility behind it is probably the name of the game for mousesports. On the other side of things, VP. They have weapons for everyone.
How much more relaxed do you think those two guys can get? How much further are they going to slide down?
They're probably just going to lie down on the ground now.
That doesn't even look comfortable.
Sit up straight, boys.
Also, why are you wearing jeans? It's like 30 degrees.
Hey, you wore black pants on day 1.
Here we go.
You can't say anything.
Into this round, Mouse, they force ball down what they can. Going to consist of a couple of pistols and already aggression in towards main. Bialy flashes himself through. Actually, Snacks doesn't commit to this one. Going to Molotov it off. Does try and keep the push at bay, but they're going to go rushing on in. Pasha in with 1, but it's Bialy to find 2 more. Rains the death in. Pasha from truck knocks them down a peg, and that is going to be VP. And with their third, they find the equalizer. Can come in from Mouse, but they're going to have very little utility to work with.
Exactly, they have 3 players who are going to be struggling for extra flashbangs and that sort, but they're going to go for it anyway. So let's see if they... Stuko at least could probably go for UMP45 like Galil here. He goes for the Galil to get the 2 extra nades. That's nice. 3-3 is the scoreline right now. Let's see what Mouse have in store for us. Focus towards A to the beginning of the round. Rob's holding aggressively towards B. Sonny once again trying to get in towards A main. Scouting this smoke, see if he can find any exploits, any gaps. Right now in anti-flash position, doesn't find anything. No flashes coming in from the CTs to take over A main. And as I said earlier, Rob's just holding this defensive B angle, making sure that no one can push B main. And get that kind of map control, holding them back.
Gonna go ahead and boost up Sonny. Into middle. Pasha's there, though, holding it down with the AWP. Have to be careful, just going to be watching the aggression out through mid. Right now they boosted up Sonny's push forward. Snacks is up in vent. That smoke is there, but you can see that Snacks can see through it, and Sonny's looking weary. Oscar's up on the boost now, trying to make his way out through mid. Sonny's actually taking the aggression up. This Molotov forces Snacks back, and instead it's Pasha looking the wrong way, waiting for that flash to come through. Left mid completely open, doesn't have support. Pasha's going to fall. Good night. And now Bialy tries to hold this off from Rafters, able to find the first. The trades go back and forth. Neo fights for his life, but Sticko wins the duel. Taz and Snacks, that's all that remains. And Snacks gotta get picked off by Sonny. Taz left 1v3. Gonna try and make his way in. The flash rains in towards main. They have a good idea as to where he is. They've cleared all the way out through CT spawn. Now they're clearing mid. They know exactly where he's coming from. He's gonna eat the nade. At this point, might be thinking about saving it. To try and peek on through, see if Mouse give him any sort of foot in the door into this round.
They're not. mousesports, a smart team, not going to allow him to do anything. And they're probably not even going to allow him to get exit frags as well. Actually, as I say that, Zico will rotate just in time away from Taz, and Taz will bring that FAMAS into the next round. And mousesports are pretty happy with the situation because they bring 2 AKs and an AWP and a round win from that. Nicely done from them. The money situation for Virtus.pro right now is not looking good. You've got Pasha on 1.7. Gonna drop for each other. Get a buy going here on that CT side. Let's see what it's gonna look like. Here we go. That's an Eagle on Snacks, I think. Yeah. And the rest of the team with a almost decent buy. They're missing a bit of utility, but they still have the weaponry apart from Snacks. And we know what Snacks can do with the Deagle, so it's still possible.
Fast smokes out towards A. I'm going to push into this though. They've actually blocked off Highway. Trying to sell this fake because they commit a whole bunch of utility in early on, but Sticko is found. That's an AK picked up here if they want to go ahead and take it. Snacks is there, he doesn't have a gun, so that would come in handy for him. While the rest of Mouse try to charge into B. Taz has actually rotated around, going to be Molotov out of heaven. Forced into the maws of the beast is Sunny. Picks that frag up. Pasha now. Up in heaven, but this man is no angel as he looks to try and peek in. Robs is there. Chris J. A little bit scared as the shots rain in from behind him. Surely one of these will hit sometime soon. No, I don't find anything. Cool to save, going to come on in. 4v4 in the retake. Too much time wasted, no kit either. Not worth them committing to this one. Mouse, they're going to be allowed to pick up a 5th. But with a rifle saved, it will be the force buy in the next. Taz can pick up pistol and armor. The rest of the guys have the rifles carried forward. So it'll be another shot for VP to try and find that equalizer.
Really nice fake towards the A-bomb site. You can see the VP actually believed they were going to hit the A-bomb site. Instead, they just push up straight towards B main and finds a bomb site. Taz is the only one watching as they enter and then take him out. Easily with a Molotov, forces him to either rotate back and wait for the retake or go forward and try to get a peek. And he thinks it's a 1v1 and he thinks it's a doable situation. That's why he's peeking into it. But he gets shut down by 3 members looking at him at the same time. mousesports on 5-3. Buyers, as you said, coming in from VP, they're pretty much investing all they have into this one. Scout on Neo. Let's see if this is going to work out for them. Oscar towards B. He's hungry. No one is pushing. On passive style on this B side. This time around from VP. Snacks is holding back in checkers. Nice shot from Oscar. Snacks decides to peek on the flash timing, but he gets shut down. Oscar's orb is on point. Another flash timing.
He's fully flash dropped, so to pick that up. Now they just go charging in to be on the back of this. 2 players rotating around, and Mao's not even in a position where they necessarily have to commit. They get control of the site. The smokes now rain in. They've got the utility to section this off and just maintain control. Pasha's able to find Oscar. The bomb hasn't gone down just yet either. Neo tries to do damage up from heaven. Pasha through the smoke, just tapping away. Rops is able to get one more back in return. But it's a 2-on-3, perhaps a 2-on-3 that never should have been. They spot Sticko out down in mid. Pasha's the man who has been pulling his weight right now. Flashed and held back. Chris J's allowed to cross to the site with that bomb.
Molotov and nade on Bialy. Let's see if you can get that used before the end of this round. Still waiting here for Pasha to get the entry. Trying to make his way in there. Goes for the peak. Does not win the duel against Robson. Now Pasha has to say there's no way that he should go into this bomb site with an AWP 1v3 and does get one. That's a beautiful shot. That's all she wrote, I think. Nothing more will be given to him. Chris James Deco can rotate away safely towards T-spawn.
You say that.
Oh, what?
He's
Okay.
going to try and go for this.
Okay.
It's going to be very close, but they're so far away.
I think he has
Pasha, you absolutely...
No! So close.
Well, I believed.
I believed there for a second as well.
Ah, Pasha.
Mousesports with the timing.
They knew they
So
had that.
lucky.
That's all good.
Whew.
That was a little too close for comfort there.
I was pretty sure that, yeah, that was insane. Pasha, he believed as well. Of course, in that position, you have to either go for it or not. In this case, he gambles and loses his AWP, but the reward was high. If he would have gotten that defuse in. 6-3, pistols only for VP. And this is not a good round for VP. They should not be able to get much from this. Christian and the boys with the perfect setup. Rops. That's been on point so far.
VP down in mid, they've thrown out a barrage utility. It hasn't led to too much though. Stack not going to prevail. They go ahead and start to rotate a couple of players on out. 3 players still waiting down in middle. Snacks and Bialy there, the 2 that rotate off. Going to look to try and hold up towards A. Actually, Snacks rejoins the rest of the forces down in mid. They have Pasha as well over in Vents for the quick rotate to B. But ultimately, they haven't invested much in this round. Not expecting too much. They're just looking to try and do some damage. We've got Bialy on that P250. That is the only investment we've seen.
Nice shot from Sonny. Getting that entry in. Stiko's in the corner, trying to get out of door. Actually, double entry from Sonny. This is perfect.
Going to continue this aggression. Just the eco frags for them here. Snacks are going to take the first. Going to keep running against the guns, though. Trying to do more. Sneaking out on rafters. It's going to be Taz, and Snacks holds it close. Chris J finds the frag. Pasha falls last, and Mouse onto their 7th round.
Sonny just, even though it's just against pistols, pretty good frags from him coming in. And he's so good at getting these entry frags, just tapping away, getting it done. And it's always nice to have one of these players who you can always rely on. If you want to do an A take, let's say, you can put in Sonny first and he'll always get that entry frag. And that's what he's very good at. That's why they took him from Penta. Signed him onto that mousesports contract. Double buy, or double AWP coming in for the buy of VP.
Sonny going to eat that nade. He falls out into mid. Chris J tries his best to trade. Doesn't get too much done before the trade comes in from Neo. And now holding close in mid. That's Neo. Hiding in their own smoke. Going to try and use that against them. Actually ducks down beneath the boost. And that's going to lead to Oscar hitting the deck. Sticko and Rops all that remain here for Mouse.
This is a hard ask for them right now.
Trying to rotate into B. Snacks actually holding the angle. There's no way he doesn't win this. Rops and Sticko lining up for him. Flash around the corner. Rops takes the peek. Snacks finds the first. Going to go back for a little bit more. Sticko doesn't give anything away just yet. Going to try charging in through the smoke. Down goes Snacks. And now it is the 1v3. But he's got control of B. First going to deal with the boys in Vents. Finds the first onto Taz. And now Neo, he's here alone. Pasha on the other side of the map. And Sticko, if he's continued just a little bit further forward, this could have been a very different round here. Smoke going to start to dissipate. Neo lines up the shot. And that's VP back in with their 4th. Pull that one back from what started to be a bit of a scary looking round.
Once again, a great round from Neo. Currently sitting at 9 to 7. Triple kill from him in that round. And still need to see Taz get on that scoreboard. But the rest of the team definitely not doing bad, Virtus.pro. But this is also the map where I believe mousesports should be able to take the map win here. And then VP on overpass, and then the 3rd map being Train, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. Someone in chat will definitely correct me. Double up setup. On CT side, UMP 45 on Bialy. The counter boost won't happen. Oh, they might try again. Oscar is ready and waiting if they come up, but still just contemplating going up there. And there we go. Neo takes down the frag. Pasha before that onto Sonny. 2-man advantage for VP in this buy round. Very important they get this one on the board. Pasha close range on the side, takes down Robson. This is working out perfectly. Chris J comes in though. Seiko Stuko, headshot onto Pasha. And 2v3 is the name of the game.
Yeah, look at this flank coming in from Bialy. They have the idea that he's there. As he starts to come on round, Bialy could be the difference maker. Chris J about to walk on out. There's a gap in the smoke. Chris J, good night, sweet bricks. Bialy spots him, but no, he whiffs the shot. Sticko picks that up. And now we're into a 2-on-2. This round never should have been Mouse. They've got the bomb down. Chris J going to fall a little bit of decorum here, reintroduced by Neo. As he picks that up, Sticko finds the man, but doesn't get the frag. Neo swings that wide, gets the triple, the hat-trick for him, and that's VP onto their 5th.
That's 2 rounds in a row that Neo's had a hat-trick. Very nice stuff from him. VP will find their 5th. mousesports sitting between 3.5 and 6K. 6.5K. so they'll definitely have a buy round here. But Rops, either on a UMP45 or on an AK without any utility, or much utility, it's not going to be the perfect buy for them. On the CT side of things, Pasha and Snacks, both with Ops, and 3 kits as well. Missing utility on Taz, but it's enough to get the buy-in. A lot of missed utility on the T side, so they're deciding to go for firepower over utility. And I would expect them to count on the entries instead of the big executes. Now, of course, in this round.
He's going to come in from Taz. That's the first found. Downrange onto Rops. Already the man advantage taken for VP. Snacks is holding middle. They've boosted the players up. It's going to be Oscar holding the aggression out through Z. Up in Vents as well. Sunny, he's the man who's gone aggressively down through mid for Mouse. Peek about to come out from near. Will be Molotov out of Vents. That's going to buy Sunny some time to start to progress up through Highway. Instead, he's going to make the change and drops the smoke off Z now. Starts to progress through Highway. 3 players for Mouse. About to burst out through a main. Bialy finds the first. The trade does come in. Now it's all eyes on Pasha to try and step up over on quad. Spots the first man. Just out in front of him, just to his right as well. There's a second. He's able to find one. Goes for Highway. Then it's going to fall to Sticko. And once again, it's a 1v1. VP. They've been in this situation time and time again, as has Sticko. This time it's Taz to try and clutch things out. Up through Highway he goes. He'll find the head. And that's good night to Sticko. Defuse comes in for VP. Orp carried forward. That's yet another round. The economy of Mouse kept very modest as well.
Yeah. Before this round, Taz only had 1 kill. And he goes up to 3 with a very important clutch. High impact frag coming in. Or frags coming in from Taz that round. 6-7 VP slowly coming back into this. 3 rounds in a row now for them. And Pasha definitely doing good work on this A-bomb side so far. 13-8. And now Sports. Between 3200 and 4100, deciding to go for the force buy here. C-set 75 and AK get a little setup with not much utility. Let's see what the plan is for mousesports now. Spreading out in the default as per usual. With that being said, same does VP. They're focusing a bit more on the B bomb side, playing a bit more aggressively. 2B, 2 mid, and that's a double opening for Robs. Look at that! Insanity coming out of the young player.
His Snacks is rotating with the MP9, has to try and keep them off the site, which he will. He somehow takes 2. Sunny finally retorts him with a trade. And then the blink of an eye, it's just Bialy. Sandwiched over on Highway. Sticko finishes him off, and Rops there. Just fantastic.
Can we get a replay of that? That was
round.
Sick.
Opens with 2. They try to peek into it. You have Taz there to try and get the trade. Taz not really playing as we're used to seeing. Pasha there, fully flashed, walks in, lines up for Rops, and there you go, the young Estonian.
That's good stuff.
Gonna take that all day long.
Pistols for VP, buying whatever they can. And now Sports with almost a full setup. No AWP this time around, which is probably not a bad choice. And now Sports could go 9-6 for this first half, but waiting to see what kind of stuff VP can bring on this T side. Cash is an map that he played a lot, 153 times with this exact lineup, so it's a decent amount, 56.2% win rate. It's another bad one for them. Stiko taken out, Bialy with the C-set 75 close range, proves stronger, and all of a sudden 1-man advantage for the CT side. Rotating slowly towards that B push, I think. Seems to be the plan right now. Neo, he's trying to find out where this is going, and it is going to be B.
As he's here alone. Just going to buy time for the rest of the team to rotate in, playing it from headshot. Oh, has to get out of there, getting shot left and right, tries to keep them at bay, which he does succeed in doing. If you look at it, Pasha and Bialy have both rotated in, and now he's able to find some damage, but that will be all she wrote as he falls. Pasha able to take one back in return on his Sunny. Snacks has worked his way into the back line, does find one more for his troubles before Oscar comes in with a trade, but Pasha puts us into a 1v3, but Rob steps up. Now we're in the one-on-one. Bialy has himself an AK. Sneaking through CT. Robs does it. Takes all 3. And that's Mouse to take a 9th round there. Robs is on fire right now. He's looked phenomenal the past couple of days. Usually he's just played, very talented, very young as well, heralding from Estonia. Came through FPL, he looked fantastic there. Gets given a lot of credit. I think that's mainly due to the age. He does have some inconsistencies, as you would expect. But in the last couple of days, he's stepped up massively. He's been the one to haul mousesports through these games. Replay gets cut off at the end there, but that doesn't matter because we know it was phenomenal.
One thing that I'm very impressed by, that I think he has developed through the last 3 months, Robs, is his consistency. Because in the beginning, he had standout games and he had quiet ones. I feel like now he's at a position where his quiet games will be middle of the scoreboard games, not bottom of the scoreboard games. And that's very important if you have a star player. You can always count on him, like he's not down and out. For example, like Device, let's say 3 months ago, he had problems with the fact that sometimes in semifinals and finals, he will just go out of the server. He would not be there. That's kind of the problem that Robs has had coming into this season, but he has developed over the course of 2017, being picked up by mousesports, and he's done really well to establish himself in this kind of star role of mousesports, and he's one of the driving forces on this map as well. 17-10. Good stuff. 9-6, first half over. mousesports looking best, but VP not far behind. Double flash and smoke for Snacks, the rest of the team with armor on that T side, and looks like an A split with mid control for VP.
Rushing in through mid, the rest of VP up behind him. Gonna go charging in. Oscar finds Taz in mid-air, now pivots back over towards Squeaky. Has players coming in from all sides, tries to take the duel with the man in Squeaky first. Sonny does pick it up. It's going to fall to Pasha. Oscar's still alive, doesn't have many bullets left. Snacks picks him up. Now we're into the 2-on-3. Make that the 2-on-2 as Sticko pulls one back, and now Chris J coming in from behind, but Robs doesn't matter. Just going to dispatch of the bomb. Snacks left 1v3. Doesn't account for Chris J behind, and there we go. The swift execution does come in. mousesports, 10 rounds on the board. Get themselves the pistol there.
Team ace as well. Everyone gets a kill. One thing that I liked, especially in this round, was the fact that Oscar managed to keep himself alive for such a long time. He struggled a lot by taking his position out. Managed to do it in the end, but at that point, I feel like the round was already won for mousesports when Oscar went down finally. 5 Desert Eagles coming in from BP now. Not investing everything into this one. Let's see if they can make it happen. Rob's almost caught off guard, loses a bit of HP, but now finally in relative safety. Sticker pushes up mid, gets the first one, holds the position. Bialy is about to come in for the revenge frag, but I feel like it's a bit too late, but he does get the headshot though. Stico goes down and goes for the second one. Bialy not going to hit it. Sonny with the revenge.
Pash, though, he wreaked some havoc with the Deeg previously. He looks to try and replicate that success. He's found one already. It's the aggression up through main from Oscar that could catch this whole play off guard. He's going to eventually hear these guys start to rotate background. Bomb currently very close to him on the back of Snacks. And Oscar could be the difference maker as Snacks continues this reign of terror up through Squeaky. Taz and Pasha start to warm up through Highway. 2 players now inside of B, relying heavily on Oscar from this position to catch VP off guard, which he very well could. All he has to do is find that first onto Snacks, fall back, buy time for the players to rotate in from B, because that will be bomb dropped. Holds the angle, does make some noise there. They could have heard that. They're going to be a little bit wary, start to push up towards A main. And Oscar now takes the peak. That's the first man down. Pasha's fallen. Down goes Taz. And now Snacks left in the 1v3. The Deeg, his best friend in this scenario, tries to find the frag, but Oscar clutches that out on the A-bomb site in the effectively a 1v3. Gets all 3 frags. They were ecoing players, so Aim Punch played into that fully, but he handles it well. Finds the first, just re-peaks, isolates these into one-on-ones, doesn't give the chance for Snacks to peek out from Squeaky and get the trade. And that's Mouse in with their 11th.
11-6. Might turn into 12-6 as well, since Virtus.pro are not really investing too much. 3 Deagles and a P250 into this round. So we're looking at mousesports at 12 before VP can get a real buy-in on this T side. And we know how T sides can work out. If you get that momentum rolling, you can start a comeback, but they definitely need to win this first buy run. The next one. Sonny, of course, just having fun, taking out Snacks to begin with. And at this point, VP are probably looking at max a couple of kills here. If they're lucky, a bomb plant. That's a nice shot from Bialy. Takes down Stico. Mid control is his. He can even go into the vent and see if he can find something. Bomb slowly moving towards, gravitating towards B. On the back of Neo.
Yeah, he's trying to do what he can into middle. Pasha's going to fall this time. No luck with the Deeg. Neo tries to rotate into help out, but that's the bomb drop. Bialy's trapped in vents. His fate is sealed. Rops will finish it. And Mouse, they pick up that pistol early on, then they convert the next two, which was essential to put them ahead by 6 rounds. Now the buy can come in, though, for Virtus.pro. Could see an AWP coming out here for Mouse. They've got the money to do it. Oscar can go ahead and buy one of them up. Sonny could as well, but they're just going to stick with 5 rifles, which we know that Oscar is a fan of this AWP. Clearly want to try and win this round out without one. Think that the rifles are the key to success here.
Yeah, VP don't have money to get an AWP of their own. 5 AKs for them and utility. That's what they go for this time around. Default setup. VP, one holding towards B, mid control, and then Bialy holding the door. Pasha trying to find something in mid. White box, where he aims toward. Yeah, slow start for VP in this buy round. They know how important this is, so they don't want to make any mistakes. Taz is now being boosted, or Snacks is now being boosted. And I think the play here is to get some mid control, and then mid-round call comes in if it's either an A split or a B split. After the mid-control has been had. For a good 10-15 seconds. Stico gets smoked out. There's this tiny gap in it. Not enough to peek. Sonny as well is here. Robs 1. Gets traded.
Yeah, they lose the man in vents. Z's also smoked. Means Sonny is here alone. Can he keep holding the angle? He can hold this down till the smoke fades. He has then support coming in from Stico. Going to go ahead and re-smoke that, but that's almost all their smokes expended just on mid alone. Pasha's got 1 left. They're going to try and wrap up through highway. Oscar gets the information. There are players there, and they're
Stico in the back, though.
They're poised perfectly to shut this down. Stico going to go ahead and try and force the issue through. Oscar falls, and Stico, well, he's been smoked off. Now 1 smoke from Pasha reigns supreme, and now 1v4. Chris J going to fall, but Stico now to take the first. That will be it. Just going to look to try and save here, unless Pasha gives him a foot back into this round. Takes the peak. Pasha wins the duel, and there's VP in with their 7th.
And that's what's really hard about playing CT side as a new team, is that you don't really have the timing. And like, let's say this situation where the smoke's down in mid, and they have the info of VP coming in towards the A-bomb side. Stico's unsure if he should push through the smoke or stay behind it. If he had pushed through that smoke, maybe he could have caught 2 kills, and then the whole A push would have been stifled. But he's not exactly sure because he doesn't know the timing of his teammates, and he doesn't know exactly how they play on sites just yet because they haven't played together for so long. So it doesn't work out for him that time around. But VP with a patient play, starting off with a default, mid-control, and then going into an A split, making it work. Chris J trying to go for the peek here towards B. Pasha in the meanwhile shuts down Stico, that's in mid. CTs have been pushing towards door on A, and that takes out Bialy. Oscar and his teammate, Sonny, for the double peek, makes it work. 4v4. Only 1 flashbang remaining for the CT side utility-wise. They have no smokes or Molotovs to hold back these terrorists if they decide to push in. 2 smokes and 3 Molotovs for the terrorists, so they can definitely use the utility to force out the CT players when and if they decide to go for the execute.
3 players over in Squeaky. Neo slowly but surely starting his rotation on round to rejoin the rest of the gang. Robs is holding aggressive up in mid. Could come in for the fast rotate behind, but there is only 1 man here on the site. It's all going to fall onto Sonny. He's been boosted up. Actually be playing on top of the light above Squeaky Door. So that's the peak on a Neo. Then as they come running on in, he can just rain death down like a deadly waterfall. Here's Sonny. He's always shining, but this time he'll fall. Snacks gets that trade. We're into the 3-on-3. Already Chris J going to fall as he starts to make his way into the site. Oscar and Rops, the 2-star players here for Mouse, can't make anything happen as Oscar misses 2 up from mid. Smokes have fallen, and as has the A-bomb site. Flash goes high. While Rops over a truck, desperately trying to find an inch back into this round, but they're not going to give him anything. VP play this perfectly, and that's them in with an 8th.
That's such a hard retake as well. Unless Oscar hits that first shot when they enter to the bomb side, like if he doesn't hit that, it's almost impossible to make that retake work. 1 M4 and 1 AWP. Decide to go for the save here, which is the correct choice. No reason to push into 3 defensive AKs with the timer ticking down as well. And VP will get another round on the board. And something that we saw mousesports struggle with throughout the tournament here is the CT side, because we see their T side, they have explosiveness, they can kind of surprise most teams here. Good mid-round calling as well. On the T side, Chris J making it work. But on the CT side, that's where they struggle. And even though they have 12 rounds here, I'm leaning towards VP, even though they're behind before, because we know how much mousesports struggle on the CT side. mousesports, 2 catalyst weapons, of course, saved from that last round. The rest of the team not investing anything into this. But looking at Oscar and Rops, in my opinion, it's 2-star players along with Sonny to make this happen for the CTs.
Oh, Oscar tries to force the issue on in, but Taz, he answers back. Sticko, a little bit stylish there. Finds on with the USP, but that should be it for him. The Catalyst Orb's been dropped. Sticko does find some more damage. But then there's Neo, slides the knife into the back of VP. Rops left in a 1v4. There's a man over on truck. Rops surrounded and out of luck. Snacks picks that one up, no problem. VP onto a 9th now, and mousesports, they've slowed right down. This seems to be a bit of a problem that's consistent within this roster. They get the momentum going. It's the case of that Greek god, the one whose name that you know how to say and I don't.
Sisyphus.
Yeah, just keep rolling the boulder up the hill, only to see it roll back down again.
They get so close every single time. Of course, they won out yesterday, but still in general, they have such great T sides, but the CT sides seem to let them down a bit. They go for the force buy here. Not a lot of utility behind this buy. They get 4 or 5 in force. Let's see here, VP trying to go for the B execute.
Oh, down goes Chris J. First one to bite the dust. Rops up from heaven, tries to rain in death. Able to find the first spot. The man ducking into CT, but Pasha able to get the trade. I was expecting big things from Rops there, but he comes up short. There's only so much that one man can do.
This is a hard choice if they want to go for this.
I think we're going to see the save come in.
Yeah.
They're a man down. They've only got the 1 smoke to try and retake the site. They have got a defuse kit that gives them a bit more time, but they've been locked out. Smoke's going to go down CT. That's it. That's the call to save.
And the reason why it's hard is because this is going to give VP another round, and what is this? 4 rounds in a row for VP. So the only rounds that mousesports actually have gotten on this CT side is the pistol, effectively. The next 2 you almost get for free. It's hard to find a way for mousesports to find a gap in this kind of aggression coming in from VP when their CT side isn't as stellar as they would like it. 3 weapons saved. No utility behind it apart from the smoke on Sunny. And we're going to go into round number 23. What's the choice here for mousesports? Are they going to buy around this or play these 3 rifles alone? Let's have a look. Probably buying down to 2k for most of the players. Actually, you're going to take a timeout here, which is a good choice. Just to make absolutely sure that everyone's zoomed in on the game plan. Everyone knows what's exactly going to go down here. I would assume that they would buy down to 2k mark for all of these players. For the ones with rifles already, that will mean utility or sidearms. And for the ones with pistols, that will probably be a CSET 75 and a couple of flashes. Or CSET 75 armor, or P250 armor. That seems to be the name of the game. mousesports, can they take round number 13? Or will it be VP to continue their plowing here on the cash T side?
Well, we got the AWP up on Pasha. He's been the star right now for VP. It's really nice to see him back in his element, playing so well. Snacks is doing fairly decent as well. We're making no way over towards B. So well and good. It's been handed to them entirely for free. If they were to go running in now, this round is already over, and the save would be called in. They've stacked over in middle, 2 players up on A as well. And yeah, this round's a save. There's no reason for them to go for this. VP will find an 11th. And we're going to see a 5-on-5 save, most likely. They might send in some of the pistols to see if they can get anything done. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure they would. Maybe if they find Snacks down in mid.
That seems to be their only opening at this point, their only way to get something out of this. Actually, Oscar does push out towards T-spawn, but I'm pretty sure he'll be... Actually, he does get one. Pasha goes down, that's the AWP taken out, and despite this is not a good round for them, this is... taking the AWP down is okay.
It's quickly not turned too amazing. Snacks able to
exactly as I say that,
they
of course, do grab 2 frags.
But that's going to be VP in with their 11th. Nope. Now goes Thicko as well. Suddenly all these weapons are dwindling. It was looking like we could have seen 5 players saved. Now we're down to just 2. Oscar does have the AWP, but you can see Neo. And Snap. Oh, never mind. Just Neo. Hunting down Snap. Sonny. Able to drop out Taz. Both sides doing good damage, but right now that's much worse news if you are mousesports. The economy of VP, if we can bring that up, is looking fairly fantastic. Neo with, what, 12 grand to his name. Snacks on 7. Rest of the guys all kind of around the $5,000 mark. Taz, the only man who's a little bit low, as you would expect from someone who isn't having the game of their lives. And Mouse, well, they're able to buy up this time.
Yeah.
Or for Oscar. Thing is, it's looking very daunting right now if you are Mouse. You've lost 5 in a row. You've got nothing to show for it. Very little damage done. Only low-impact frags found, really. VP, well, they've had great success over here on B. They're going to try and go at it once again. Smoke goes down this time, though, to keep them away.
VP set up 3 players towards that B main, 2 players towards A. Bomb still got close to C spawn, so they're trying to see if the CTs want to make any mistakes, want to push out aggressively and then punish that. When they find out that that's not going to happen, 10 to 20 seconds time, they're probably going to rotate around and make the execute happen. Just waiting for now. Should be saving their utility for the execute itself. Bialy's and Door on the opposite side of things. Just holding casually. Making sure no one can push Door and get that information. I'll play a VP currently on the map. They're really taking their time in this B hole, but they have plenty of it. Still 45 to go.
So, Rob's holding down in checkers. They're going to go ahead and flash through. Robs is able to find damage, but somehow doesn't get anything done. Sticko luckily enough trades. So we do go back into the 4-on-4. The damage done to Neo going to be worth its weight in gold later in the round. Oscar opens up onto Bialy, and now the 3 remaining players for VP go running into the waiting guns of mousesports out here on A. Sticko's watching from truck, has that cross covered. There's no smokes to go down. They just have to waltz on out into the open. Pasha's trying to line something up, but he can't. Sonny.
10 seconds.
Sonny could save this whole round. Peeks out, bombs drop, lands the spray transfer, and Pasha does get the refrag. No time left. Mouse there in with a 13. Not too keen on the idea of going down after the time, though. Doesn't need to take the peek, but he does anyway. And actually, their economy was looking fine, but that has done some damage. It hasn't completely ruined them. They can buy into this round, but it's meant they've lost that buffer, which is going to have a pretty large impact into the rounds ahead.
And that was a good one to win for mousesports. Gets himself on 13. 3 rounds away from victory on this first map. Full setup for VP, though. As you said, the economy is not ruined just yet. They will also be able to force buy into the next one if they lose this. But it's not going to be a great buy if they decide to go for it. They could also just go for pistols and get a full buy in the next one. But at this point, mousesports, they're getting dangerously close. 16 boost comes up. That's Sonny once again towards the shroud position. And Bialy in his trusted position at the door once more.
VP gonna try pushing on out. They've smoked off over towards Forklift, but Sonny up on the boost. The issue is he's rung the dinner bell. They know exactly where he is now. They take the peek on in, but somehow Sonny prevails as he lines up a third. Bialy does come in for the trade. Better late than never. Bomb's been dropped though outside of main. Bialy right now tearing this mousesports defense limb from limb, but he'll roast in the nade from Oscar. Taz and Neo, they're the 2 that remain. Chris J peeks out wide. Down goes Neo. Taz has to step up massively here, and he's been struggling in this first map. 5 frags to his name. Has to try and get 3 more onto that tally. Chris J playing this from MBK. Flashes. Oh, he smokes some round. Just going to be holding this off. Taz with 30 seconds left. They've actually gone ahead and kept Rops over at B. Oscar's playing it from truck, but that means that Taz can actually sneak on by. Only has to deal with Chris J. Doesn't make any noise either. They shouldn't have any idea that he's here. Finds the first. Now he's got 2 more left. And first man on the scene is going to be Oscar. Going to go ahead and wait for Rops to rotate in. Time ticking away. Smoke goes down. Buys Taz a little bit of time to try and play with, but he's only got 9 HP. It has to be a massive performance here. First man out is Oscar. And he's the last man that Taz sees before he takes another life. 14 to 11. mousesports win that one out.
It's very nice to see mousesports with this kind of a mental comeback in these last 2 rounds. All 4 players apart from the in-game leader, Chris J, really pulling their weight. 24 on Sunny and 21 Rops. Stuka and Oscar both with 20 packs of their own. And Chris J, team captain, sitting on 6. But it's not excusable, but you can kind of understand why. On the other side of things, Pasha is leading the charge with 24, but round number 26 coming in now. That's a lot of numbers. Double up setup for the CT side. Virtus.pro. Snacks opening up. Double for VP as Pasha takes down Oscar. This is a great time to come in, but Rob's answers back. Stiko does the same. And it's close once again.
Rob's holding from headshot. The players rotating in through mid. They're going to go ahead and push up into vents. The rotate's going to come in instantaneously. In fact, maybe a bit too early. And now Sonny, he's dropped himself the bomb. Then they're going to be able to finish off one more. Down goes Neo. Bialy gets the trade. And now we're into a one-on-one. Rops versus Bialy. Both these players playing fantastically well. 1 kill separating them. And if you're Bialy, that could be the equalizer onto Rops. Peeks out, lands the frag, and that's VP. They're still in this. Gonna deny match point, 12-14.
Yeah, the problem is in this round, if VP lost it, would be that mousesports would be in 15. The economy would be completely ruined. This time around, they could buy around the AWP that was saved and get some kind of a decent buy-in. Mousesports, on the other side of things, should be taking a timeout, and they will. 3 players who could go for the force buy, 2 players who could buy basically nothing. So probably going to drop a few pistols around and then wait for the next one for their buy. And this is getting close, Harry. Cash is definitely proving to, well, deliver in this best of 3, just showing us what we can expect for this semi-final. And this is just map 1. Still have Overpass, which will be insanely interesting. And then a decider as well to go, so good stuff for everyone watching.
Yeah, it's interesting it's actually VP to be the ones to take the timeout here. You know, they win that previous round, it was very close. You'd expect Mouse, you know, a bit of a history of choking. You know, they're under the pressure too right now. I think actually...
Yeah, did mousesports take a timeout and then straight after VP took a timeout?
I think they both went for that. So yeah, both teams taking the timeout there.
To be honest, I can see it from both teams.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, VP, they're close to pulling this one back. There's no investment for mousesports in this round. That's going to allow the 13-14 scoreline before the buy can come in from Mouse. Things are getting a little bit close here, and we've seen so many times things just slip through mousesports' fingers. VP hoping that happens. As this time, 4 players over here towards B, going to go running into the armada of Mouse. Neo opens the pistols, trying to do damage. They're able to get 1, but then the trade's going left and right. Ultimately, Bialy looks to be the hero. Sunny, Rops, and Sticker managed to find 3 between them, though, with only USPs.
That's probably the best you could expect out of this.
There's another pause. Really getting their money's worth out of these.
Yep. So 13-14. Could see the buy. Probably will see the buy come out of mousesports. Chris J, the only one not being able to get M4 in full setup. Probably going to go for the UMP. But definitely going to get that open Oscar. Full setup for him. Sonny Rops also getting what they want. And then Stiko and Chris J, the support player, and the in-game leader. Support player is probably not. I don't really like that kind of name, that kind of title, because it doesn't really fit the description in my opinion, but that's what we call it. 13-14, Harry. VP, can they bring this one up? mousesports investing all of their money into this round. Almost all of their money into this round. VP having the chance of taking map 1 to grab 3 more rounds. They need to win all of them. In regular time, Bialy starts us off. Nice frag onto Chris J. In-game leader now gone.
Oh, Rops does damage, but doesn't find anything through the smoke. And on the back of that, VP just going to waltz right into the B-bomb site. Sticko tries to turn things around. Able to get 1. Oscar takes the man in mid. That's Neo. 3-on-3. Pasha. That's the AWP. Going to be able to keep the boys locked out of vents for the time being. Bomb now taken away, and Mouse.
Ooh. So the run boost towards upper. That Snack's getting that position. Always loving these small quirky things.
Yeah, I love the run boost up in heaven. If we can get a replay of that, that'd be fantastic. But here we go. Snacks is now posted up here. There should, you know, for Mouse, the good thing about this run boost is there's no way he should be up here. They've been watching CT, no one's pushed it. Sticker going to go waltzing on out, in comes Snacks, but it's Taz to find the frags.
He can even lock down Oscar here.
Yeah, no, Oscar's got no idea. Here's the man drop. He's like, what's going on? There we go. Gets it. Confusion towards the end, but VP in with a 14th. That run boost, not only is it fun, and something that, you know, I advise everyone watching to try and replicate at some point with their friends, but also it is incredibly strong. Very little do you ever see people bother checking that. If they've been watching CT, you know, in their mind, there's no way anyone could be there. It's another timeout for VP, by the way. They've taken a timeout every single round. It shows you how much thought, how much planning is going into this. They're so close to taking mousesports' pick off of them.
And they're winning off these timeouts. So it's definitely working out for them. mousesports in this kind of a round. Richest player has 3,100. This is definitely just going to be pistols. CZ 75, Desert Eagle, P250 with some utility and maybe armor behind it. That means that VP will be allowed on 15, considering they might or probably will win this round. Let's see if they can make that happen now. Sports, this wasn't their map choice. This is where I thought that they were going to take it home, but still time. Anything is possible. It ain't over till it's over. All the cliches.
Over here at B, 4 players, 4 Mouse. Going to smoke that off. VP just have one man watching it. That's Neo. Going to start to fade away. Mouse, I imagine they're going to push straight through that smoke once it dissipates. In behind Sunny. Oh, there's a man on the other side of that door. You know the saying, when one door opens, sorry, when one door closes, another opens. Sunny, there you go. There's the door open, and his immediately closes. So the inverse of that metaphor, as he gets snuffed out in this round. Man advantage to get away with VP. Neo's posted up brilliantly to shut this down. They walk into his crosshair, and he's going to take 3. Looks to make it 4. Chris J's there. Neo, well, fall at the hands of Chris J. Now he's got an AK, which I imagine VP aren't going to let him get away with. Life expectancy, very short, if your name is Chris. And there you go. VP, map point on the map pick of Mouse. Let's not forget, heading into this second half, you know, we saw mousesports, they got to, what, a 12-6 scoreline? And then VP have brought it back. 15-14, now 1 round away from leading this series 1-0 on the map pick of mousesports.
It's actually fun to think about as VP are using their last time out here in the ordinary time. They won the pistol round, then they won the next consecutive 2, so basically just the pistol round 1, and then they won 2 rounds. 1 on time, 1 on defusal. So this CT side from mousesports effectively only has won 3 rounds. So this is, once again, a repeat of what the desk said, what we said yesterday. There's definitely something that mousesports are going to work on when they get home. I think that C side so far has proved to be very, very strong, and they can be very proud of that. But that CT side on pretty much every map needs work. But it can still bring them to OT, and it can still bring them to the victory here at map 1. Double up setup on the CT side. Chris J and Oscar. Limited utility on all players as we head into round number 30 in this map 1. BP could take it 16-14. mousesports could take us to OT.
Let's wait and see then, Rops. He's over here at B. There's 3 players. We've seen him go down time and time again, trying to take these aggressive peaks this time. He looks to try and be the catalyst for Mouse. He's going to be a little bit further forward. Flashback by the smoke that goes down. Doesn't have support anymore from within the site, so it's going to go ahead and just retreat back into the safety and the warm embrace of Chris J.
So many terrorist players towards B right now. All 5 of them located in the B halls, and Chris J's rotating away from the side. Robs is technically all alone.
Rops is here. He has to step up massively. Chris J smoked off in CT. Rops takes the first, make that 2. The trade comes in from Taz. And now Chris J, that was so incredibly close, misses it through the smoke. Timing does not allow that one. Snacks him to drop out. Sunny now into the 3-on-3. Bomb ticking away. mousesports in the retake. Double AWP. Not ideal whatsoever. They're going to be very immobile heading into this one. They have no utility either to flush out these VP players. Time working against them, and this is the downside to the AWPs. They have to move in so slowly, be so methodical with how they check this. Down goes Chris J, and Oscar and Sticko follow. VP, They're going to win this one out. 16-14, taking the lead in the series, 1-0. Let's not forget Risk. It was a 12-6 half. Not half, sorry, after the pistol. 12-6 at one point in time. And then VP, they pull it back. 16-14